movies running all evening. We have bills today.
Hello, sinners. It is I, Father Evil, and I invite you to Destination Station on YouTube.
Bagels and go to Destination Station. This buddy is the bomb.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Fucking A.
Yep.
I had to say that for a reason.
Freddie, take that, motherfucker.
All right. Okay. Fuck you. Yeah.
Jamie Kennedy. Subscribe to my man, Destination Station, right now if you want the best content.
Can I ask you, was it something I did?
What's up? Welcome to Destination Station. It has been too long of talking about some good old Scream talk, right? It's just, I don't know what it is. Like there's been a little bit of news, but not a whole lot. But, you know, this is my favorite franchise, hands down. One day it's a Nightmare on Elm Street, the next day it's Scream. But you know, I have to say I watched Scream more, and they got more hitters in that franchise than they do in Nightmare on Elm Street. So I have to say, like, I just it's one of those franchises that I just cannot quit talking about, even if it's just like simple talk. You know, it doesn't have to be any big news or anything. I just wanted to bring back Scream talk with y'all. Been a minute. Y'all might inform me on some stuff that's been going on with Scream lately. Make sure that music isn't too loud. I brought it down a little bit before the stream started. Let me know how it sounds. I can bring it down just a little bit more. Let's see. How's that sound right there? All right. Looks like we already got some people in the house tonight. Hell yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's having a fantastic Friday. I've had a pretty good day. Been pretty productive today. Got some stuff done, got some writing done, worked on some content, dropped a few videos today, a couple shorts. I don't know if you had a chance to check it out, but it was like Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger created like from AI with like Kevin Bacon. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. Algorithm's really hindering my channel right now, and for good reason, because I haven't been around for a while. So like whenever you're not putting out videos and every day or every other day or something, you're not going to get recommended. You're going to get shuffled to the bottom. So I'm steadily trying to climb, and the only way I'm going to be able to climb is if y'all hit that like button, share this anywhere and everywhere, and comment like you're doing right now. Engage, I guess that's the word. Did I just go out of focus? There we go. Okay. All right, let's hit up the chat. Let's see how everybody's doing tonight. And tonight, I really want to talk about your ideas of where do y'all want to see Scream 7 take place? Because I know that, you know, some things have been speculated, some rumors have went around Twitter and stuff, but you know, nothing's confirmed. I have some ideas, and you know, I know we might be, you know, beating a dead horse here, but you know what? I'm spending time with my favorite people, my fam, all of y'all, and I love y'all. And thank you for showing up and supporting this channel. I really appreciate every single one of y'all. And we got some hashtag digital bouncers, my moderators. Val is in the house. Happy Friday, y'all. What's up, Val? How are you tonight? Oh, and she already beat me to the punch. Look at her. She is always on her game. I don't know how she does it. Val is like the best. You can always count on Val, among others. And I see y'all too. I will get to y'all. But Val says, welcome to the channel. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you already haven't, and share this video on your social media. Hit the bell icon to get notifications on new videos and upcoming live streams. Thank you, Val. Thank you so much. You said it better than I did just a second ago. And I didn't even notice that you already beat me to the punch. So thank you so much. Thank you. You're super awesome. I know everybody's been asking me, like, when's my next live stream? When am I going to, start doing Scream Talk again? Everybody's been wanting it. And, after Scream 6, I felt like, maybe some of y'all were, feeling a little fatigued, So I just kind of just put it on pause. But you know what? If you want it, if you request it, it's definitely going to be coming back. And it's not ever going to go away completely either. We can talk about other stuff, on other streams. So, because we know that Scream 7 is going to be here before we know it. Dominic's in the house. Hey, what's up, buddy? How is life? Hope everything is well. Hold on one second. Val just reminded me of something. There we go. I knew something was missing. How are y'all liking the music? You like this type, or did you like the rock music I used to do? I tested this out the last stream, and some of y'all were pretty positive with it. So I got some new music that I downloaded on here. So yeah, we can change it up a little bit, change the vibe. All right, that's what life's about, is feeling that vibe. I don't know what the hell I'm saying right now. Anyways, Jen Warner's in the house. What's up, Jen? I don't know how you do it, Val. I cannot be in two places at once. Whoa, she's a superhero. That's how she does it. I don't know how she does it either, but she makes it happen, and that's why she's the general. Hell yeah. Let's see here. Got Tori's in the house. Hey guys, what's up, Tori? Welcome to the party. My comp is too slow for that. That sounded scary. Is in the house. Hey fam, what's up, buddy? How is things going? And congratulations. I won't announce it here unless you want other people to know, but I saw your message. So yeah. Congratulations, buddy. I'm super happy for you, man. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, some people's already congratulating him. Cool. Hell yeah. Dominic said he's ready to talk, doing some Scream talk. I want to hear, before I even get down to, some of y'all's comments in the comment section, I want to know, where do y'all, like seriously, do you want to go back to Woodsboro? I feel like we should pick something other than Woodsboro. Where would you like to see a Scream film take place? I went and saw The Blackening. I have not done a review on it on my channel. I should have. But it's not really horror. Once you watch it, it's like a comedy horror, but it's more comedy than horror. There's very light horror in it. But got me thinking. I was like, man, a Scream setting in a cabin? I mean, yeah, maybe that's like not original, like a whodunit slasher movie. Kids in the cabin, like makes you think of like Friday the 13th or something like that. But it's not Friday the 13th. What if we did do like a really small setting to where they were next to a lake and it was kind of like a Friday the 13th feel, but it was Scream. It was Ghostface. I think that'd be kind of cool, seeing Ghostface in the woods and stuff like that. I don't know if we really did we ever get Ghostface like in any woods? I don't think we did throughout any of the movies. I know there's that one part in Scream 1 where he outside of the little the grocery store or whatever, and you see him run by, but that was more like a bush, and like that wasn't like the woods. All right, let's see here. Also, just letting you know that if I'm late to getting to your comment, it's not necessary, but super chats do go straight to the line because I get a notification and I'll jump straight to it. But I try to give everybody their shine, but I just go in order. And sometimes we can get really backed up on the chat. So yeah, I might change up the song. I think this song's already played twice. Kirsten's in the house. What's up, Kirsten? How's it going? I was watching the stream last night that y'all are on, and that seemed like that was a pretty cool subject, like that was really cool. Still think Jaws was the best out of the bunch. There's a lot of bangers in there though, for sure. I couldn't stay long. I was really tired yesterday. Let's see here. Dominic says, I'm playing a role for a TV show next week. Awesome, dude. Dude, I see some of your posts and I'm like, hell yeah, dude, you're doing your damn thing. That's super cool, bro. What show? What show, man? I like seeing those little behind the scenes stuff, man. And man, you're doing it, man. I'm proud of you. Hell yeah. Congratulations. Oh, that's okay, Kirsten. Yeah. Just, but you know they're not ever supposed to say, "I'll be right back." You know, which you didn't say, "I'll be right back," but that's close. That's too damn close for me. Okay, I've seen a thing or two. I've seen the horror movies.
I'll be right back.
Just messing with you. Yeah. Take your time. I'm just glad you popped in. If you are just popping in and popping out, smash that like button before you head out. It really helps out the channel. I really appreciate that. So yeah. Let's beat this algorithm together, because my stuff is just not getting recommended right now. Heck yeah, brother. Let's see here. What's up, man? Yeah, man, it's good to be back. It really is. It's good to be back. I'm glad to be back too. All right, cool. At least you're feeling it. Hell yeah. Yeah, I might change it up because I'm kind of tired of hearing this song. But it is a good song. It's a good vibe. Let's see. Dominic says, I'd like to go to London or a foreign city. That's interesting. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Wouldn't it be cool if they did do that? Like, and they gave it like a Jack the Ripper feel, you know? Would it be too much if they like put like, you know, gave them that type of knife for like a kill and maybe the hat or whatever, you know? Like, what are those hats called that Jack the Ripper wore? I don't know. And it ends to where we don't know who the killer is, just like we don't know about Jack the Ripper. I know some people think that they do, but, you know, still not for sure. Hell yeah. Here, I'm going to change this song up. Let's see what else we got here. That's a little creepy, right? I was trying to look for, like creepy, like, rock music, you know? It's kind of got that vibe of, like, early 2000s horror movies, you know, like Soul Survivors, or, you know, Urban Legend or something like. I don't know if Urban Legend really, you know what I'm saying, that type of music, you know. At least it was in the trailers. It sold the movie, so I hope it sells this stream. But dude, Dom, I like that idea. I wouldn't mind going to like a foreign city. I mean, like London is really kind of cool. I think you could do a lot with that. I just wonder what like the angle of the movie would be, you know, like would it be about other horror movies that are, or would it be about foreign movies? Maybe it's not about you know, maybe it is about foreign movies, you know, foreign horror movies that a lot of people don't ever see, and maybe it shines light on a lot of those. That would be kind of cool. That sounded scary. Says overseas or the Bahamas or something with snow. Something with snow. Yeah, seeing Ghostface running through snow, and then like, you know, I know a lot of people have always said that they wanted to see a Friday the 13th movie in the snow, like seeing the blood splatter across the white snow and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that would be cool. Like a cabin in the woods with snow, you know, like. That would be kind of interesting. You know, you still get Ghostface in the woods. So yeah, I kind of like that. I dig it. The Bahamas, kind of like I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. You know, I came up with this, you know, idea right after Scream 6. You know, I think I've said it a couple times on these streams that that what if they did do that? Because like knowing our core 4, I'm out of focus again. our core four, Sam, Tara, Mindy, and Chad, if this happens again, they're not going to be hanging out anymore. Sam's going to be like, we're gone. And last time they said no, or whatever, you know, they were hesitant about it. And Sam was like, no, we got to pack your bags. We're getting out of here. This time I feel like they would really all do it, you know, like immediately. And they would go on vacation, or they would leave. Let's just say they went to Woodsboro and then there's killings happening. So they decide to leave and take a cruise or something and go to the Bahamas or Cancun or wherever, you know, Cozumel, whatever. And wouldn't it be crazy if, like, they end up there, and who's there also? Sydney and Kincaid on vacation with their kids. Or maybe they're not on with their kids. Maybe that's a way to keep their kids out of the turmoil, is that they're on their, like, honeymoon, like a anniversary cruise or something, you know. Ghostface on a cruise would be awesome. I think that would be awesome. I don't feel like we get enough movies set on a cruise. I just think it's a really cool setting. If anyone's ever taken a cruise before, it's crazy. You know, some of them are more calm than others. Some of them are like party, you know, cruises. And that was kind of like the one I was on with Carnival, and I went to Cozumel. And just, I always said, like, for years, I always wanted to see like a zombie outbreak movie on a cruise. Like, you're out in the middle of the water, you can't go anywhere, you can't just jump off. So, and people on the cruise is just steadily getting infected and just like becoming zombies. And there's so many corridors, and it's just crazy. It's kind of like, because like some cruises, they kind of have like a whole setting where it's kind of like a mall, you know, like they have, and then they have like a casino on there, and then they have like the decks, so many different things. And I could just see just zombies just like running through, you know, kind of like what was that Dawn of the Dead remake with, or even just Dawn of the Dead, where, you know, they're all in the mall. Like, I just think it'd be a really cool setting. But anyways, Ghostface on a cruise, or Ghostface in the Bahamas, or in like somewhere that's tropical. I think that's a really cool idea. Will it be kind of ripping off a little bit of I Still Know What You Did Last Summer? Maybe just a little bit, but it would be a way to, like, it would be like a setup, you know, like, what you think, they think they're getting away, they think they're going to get hey, no one's going to be here for miles, you know, it's just us, and maybe Danny's going to be there, maybe they got a couple other newcomers, because you always got to have like a new set of kids, and they're all decide to band together, and then they all decide to, you know, go on vacation and just get the hell out of Dodge, and then shit happens. But then they run into, let's just say, Sydney. It's a way to bring Sydney in, and maybe Kirby's there as well, because she's like on another case, and, you know, that's suspicious to the crew. And then they realize this whole thing was a setup, because they're all I mean, what are the chances they all end up in the same place all at once at the same time, you know? So anyways, yeah, I like where your head's at, man. Hell yeah, I like that a lot. I wouldn't mind going back to Woodsboro, but I don't want to just do a regular old Woodsboro, you know, like, oh, it's the return of Woodsboro again. You know, we've already done that a few times. Unless because the way Scream 6 was, it mirrored Scream 2. Well, this one's got to mirror Scream 3 a little bit, right? Scream 7's got to mirror Scream 3 a little bit. In some ways, whether, you know, they were in Hollywood. They're on the set of Stab. So I would say that, like, they're filming a new Stab movie in Woodsboro. That would be kind of cool. Or maybe they're filming a new Stab movie on you know, in the Bahamas, wherever. It's got to be some type of movie making element to it. Maybe this time it's like, you know, they said in Scream 6, like, it's not all about horror movies anymore. It's about, what they say, true crime documentaries. Maybe they're making a true crime documentary, and that's the crew of our new kids, you know, coming to Woodsboro and making this whole documentary and investigating and all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's like a subplot or something, you know. But they have to bring back that voice changer. I just feel like that's Just something they got to do, at least for one kill, one death, you know? And I know a lot of people speculated, like, you know, it can like mimic other people's voices or whatever. And I don't remember who told me this. Y'all might remind me, but somebody mentioned it and I said, that's fire right there. As if like Gale Weathers gets a call from Ghostface and Ghostface was using that voice modulator to mimic Dewey's voice to get under Gale's skin. That would be perfect. That, I mean, like if the writers haven't thought about that, they need to. They need to put that in there. That would be so awesome. But this time Gale's got to go. She got to go. Too many. They played it safe with Scream 6. It was great. It was fun. But man, too many people, like, getting a little fast and furious with these people surviving deaths. It's like everyone's a superhero now. No one's, they can get stabbed right in the back of the head and start walking, you know? I know it wasn't that bad, but you know what I'm saying. But I have to say, all the people that got stabbed and survived, you got to say, Adam Brody from Scream 4 was like the weakest death. Right before, what was it? Right before Anthony Anderson got the knife in the forehead, Ghostface just comes up and stabs him in the back and he just falls over. I was like, that was the weakest death I ever seen. You can't say he's not alive. That'd be kind of cool if they brought him back and he was kind of like part of the killers, you know, one of the Ghostface. I think that'd be kind of cool. Let's see here. Jim Warner's got a question. I just have to ask a Nightmare on Elm Street question. If Robert directed the next movie, can you imagine auditioning for Freddy? Can I imagine? You asking me personally or just everybody in the chat? If Robert directed the next movie, can you imagine auditioning for Freddy? Yeah, especially if he's in that room and he's looking for the right Freddy. You know what? I would probably... you don't want to do the same thing that Robert did, but one of the things that why Wes picked Robert Englund to play Freddy was Robert just came in and just looked just with this evil stare at Wes and just like looked into his soul pretty much and just gave him the heebie-jeebies or whatever you want to call it, the Jeepers Creepers. Maybe that would resonate with Robert Englund and he'd say, you got the gig. You know, that would be awesome. I don't know. I don't think I could. That's a tough act to follow, Robert Englund. I mean, I don't know. Anybody would have to be very, very nervous about auditioning for Freddy, let alone if Robert Englund was directing a Nightmare on Elm Street reboot or remake or whatever. Which that's a great idea. Jen, I remember you saying that on my channel. I mean, on my video earlier. That was a great idea. It never even occurred to me, you know, but that would be awesome, you know, and he could still do like a little director's cameo and be in there. Maybe there could be like one scene that he's like really like using the glove or something, you know, and only fans kind of know it. Kind of like how Nick Castle did with Michael Myers in Halloween, the new Halloweens. I really like that idea. Jen, great minds think alike. That's awesome. But I would be super nervous if I was auditioning for Freddy, especially if Robert was sitting in that room. The only thing I could do is like, you know what? I'm going to do to Robert what Robert did to Wes Craven and see if I get lucky. Because I just don't feel like if I try to be a Freddy Krueger, I feel like I would fail. I think everybody would. I mean, you're trying to find somebody that's going to replace you. So, but he would be perfect for it. He really would. Now, I would like to see that raises another question, Jen. Let's just say Robert Englund. Let's take him out of the directing chair. Who today of our great directors today in horror, or any director, I guess, who would you like to see tackle a Nightmare on Elm Street? Look at this. This is turning into a Nightmare on Elm Street talk. Hey, all roads lead to Woodsboro. Okay, we will end up there again. Okay, we will be there in just a second. But I would like to know who all y'all would think like would really just give that feel that's like, okay, this isn't a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. You know, like James Wan, I think, would be awesome at it. I think James Wan would be, or Lee Winnell, who did the Invisible Man, the remake. Also, you know, he's good friends with James Wan. They did the first Saw, so I think that's a great pick. Or a duo, man, both of them working on it. That would be crazy. Lee Winnell could really do the camera work. You ever see like how he like, you know, uses that whole rig with the cameras with if you ever seen any of the behind the scenes of the Invisible Man remake, really cool. You know, it was a very low budget movie, but he made it look very cinematic and really fun. I could see that. Remember, like, you know, whenever Wes Craven was making A Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one, and Tina was dragged up the wall and onto the ceiling, they built this entire box room and they were rotating it with the camera. You know, I think Lee Winnell would be badass behind the camera with, you know, A Nightmare on Elm Street. I think he could do some really cool stuff. And then that feel of like The Conjuring, you know, of James Wan, like that cinematography and that mood and atmosphere and those blue lights that you got in the original. Like, yeah, keep Freddy in the dark, keep him scary. But he still has to have a little bit of dark humor. I don't want all the humor. I don't want him to be just so serious, and, you know, change his backstory just a little bit to, you know, than they did in the remake. I know that was the original story and everything, but they veered off for a reason. It was for good reason. And you got to give us something else. Let's build on that backstory a little bit. And I think that Freddy didn't just have a daughter that was taken away, like in Freddy's Dead. He also had a son. And I think that could be our new Krueger. And I already said all this kind of stuff before. You know, go watch that video that I put out today and how I created AI art with Freddy Krueger. I made like Kevin Bacon look like Freddy Krueger. Like, it's really cool. I've just been kind of like playing with it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Like, I don't know if anybody else has ever done that, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Not all the images were great. Some of them were kind of cool, but AI was kind of doing AI stuff on some of those images. Still interesting though. Dominic says Ghostface takes DC. Ooh, Ghostface in the White House. That's kind of cool. I don't know how that would be very controversial. But you think about it, over the years, we've done so many action movies and sci-fi movies and thriller movies and espionage movies that are in the White House. Why can't we? We even did, you know, where terrorists have taken over the White House. Why can't we do a Ghostface gets political? Oh yeah. What would be the angle, Dom? Let me know in the comment section. I really want to know. What would be the tagline or the slogan or whatever? Ghostface takes DC this time. I don't know. That's kind of interesting, buddy. All right. Jen says thanks. I would love to have him direct. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Robert would. Absolutely. At least like help in the writing room or something, you know? Like, I just want Robert to have like hands-on with him, you know, like on the project. Like, I don't want him to just do a cameo and it's like, oh, that's all I brought to the project was that I stepped on, you know, I stepped on the scene for a minute and then I popped out. No, man, let him be like a consultant on the movie. I think that'd be really cool. Think about Kevin Williamson writing a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. That's another thing. We need a really good writer. That's one of the biggest things, is having a really good writer and a really good director. Who would you want to write A Nightmare on Elm Street? And I already said Kevin Williamson, so you can't take that. That Sounded Scary says, I want Glenn Howerton to play the next Freddy Krueger. Isn't he from Always Sunny in Philadelphia or something like that? I've never really watched that show, but I've seen some clips of him, and I'm like, yeah, I could see it. And I know some people say, what's his name? Richard Blake, something like that. He's in some Rob Zombie movies and stuff. Recently, he was in Barbarian. He might be a good fit too, but I something about Robert Blake. I would want to see what's his name? Damn, I'm getting my names mixed up. But yeah, good pick. Good pick. Yeah. What's his name? Is it Blake or Blake? Robert Blake? Is that even his first name? Y'all know who I'm talking about from Barbarian? Let me know in the comment section, because I'm having a brain fart. You know what that is? It's something that happens when you start aging. You just kind of like lose train of thought. It just happens. Tet Rarch, Unstable Freak. What's up? Welcome to the party. Scream 7, Ghostface in Space. Hey, that even sounds good. Ghostface in Space. Oh man, they would have to really jump the ship on that one. That would have to be like a stab movie. You know, like we see a poster or like a fake trailer within the Scream franchise, like Ghostface in Space. No one can hear you scream. You know, like a play on Alien. Yeah. That'd be kind of crazy though. Could you see like Ghostface like in an astronaut suit, like floating, you know, by like one of the windows or something like that, and trying to get to like one of the airlock chambers? That they would have to go like straight up Jason X with the movie if they did that. Good pick though. That's interesting. Yes, she did. She almost broke a rule. She was very close. We'll see if she makes it back. She might already be back, but I'm not sure. Kind of behind on the chat. Dom says Ghostface Goes to Hell, the final scream. Oh, wouldn't that be nuts if, like, you know how like Jason Goes to Hell, like Freddy's glove like pulled Jason's mask down, you know? Wouldn't it be crazy if like Ghostface like dies and then he goes to hell and Freddy's there, you know, and like the movie cuts off. And it's like Freddy goes, I've been waiting for you. How dare you kill my Elm Street kids? You know, because there was an Elm Street in Woodsboro. We saw that in Scream 5. Something to think about. I don't know. I like that though. I like it. But you would have to go balls to the wall, crazy with the franchise. You got to know what you're making at that point. You got to know that, you know, we're about to make a Jason X. You know, we're about to have fun with this. And I don't want Scream to lose its charm, because it does have a very good charm that I don't want them to go too far. We're already kind of like veering back from the goofiness of Scream 3 and Scream 4. I like where we're going. Let's take a few steps back. Let's live here for a little bit before we do a one-off, you know. Jamie Hart's in the house. What's up, Jamie? Hello to you too. Welcome to the party. So glad you can make it. Hell yeah. Whoa, this just glitched on me. Jamie says top hat. That's it. What Jack the Ripper wore. Yeah, top hat. Thank you. Jamie's always got all the answers. Jamie needs to change her name to Google. Google Heart. There you go. Let's see here. Dino's in the house. Destin, what's up, Dino? Dino. You ever been to Dino's Pizza? There's a few of those. Just curious. But hell yeah, welcome to the party, buddy. Hope your Friday night is going swell. Trying to catch up a little bit. This thing jumped back up. Jamie says snow is my arch enemy. Yeah. You know, like there's like I would rather deal with snow than just like straight up cold wind weather. You know, I just don't like the cold wind. Like I don't even like the cold. Like I hate the cold. I would rather deal with the heat, honestly. You know, I'm just not a cold person myself, but I do enjoy some snow. But I don't want it to stay long. I don't like just unforgivable, just ice cold for no reason, you know. That sounded scary says, what if they meet up wherever Sydney Prescott and her family is, unbeknownst to them? That's what I was saying. That's what I said, man. That's what I was saying. Maybe you posted this before I got to your comment, or before I mentioned that earlier. But yeah, like that wouldn't it be crazy if it was like a setup, like neither one of them they just ran into each other out on the beach or at a restaurant or something, you know, at the Bahamas, let's just say. And it's like, what are you doing here? And it's like, oh wait, and then next thing you know, a phone rings, and it's like they realize this was all just a setup, and now they got to figure it out. And it's one of them within the group, and you know. I don't know. I'm not trying to point any fingers, but I'm saying it's Danny. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I just think he hasn't got caught. I think he got away with it. Michelob, not a sponsor. All right, on to the comments. That sounded scary. Says Ghost Ship was awesome. Yeah, I like Ghost Ship. I want to rewatch that. I might do a watch party of Ghost Ship because that's another one of those early 2000 movies that had like this type of rock music in it. You know, like I don't remember what band was playing in it, but I think it was like Breaking Benjamin or something like that. But it just like so many horror movies were sold with like in the trailers of like these like rock bands or, you know, techno type rock bands. I don't know. I kind of miss it. I grew up watching horror movies like that. Yeah, I do too. Denisha's in the house. What's up, Denisha? Welcome. So glad you're here. Awesome. Dom says, oh yes, Ghostface on a cruise. I think it'd be awesome. I think it would be a lot of fun. And I think it's a great setting. I think that, you know, you can make a set look like a cruise, you know? You don't have to actually be on a cruise, which would be awesome. They'd have to get some shots of the cruise, you know? But I just think it's a great setting. It's huge enough to get lost in. I think there would be great moments of like a whodunit, like you don't know where this person is, and there's so many people on the cruise ship, you know? And people are just getting killed left and right. I would more rather we get a Scream movie on a cruise ship than in a tropical like a Bahamas or Cozumel or Cancun or something like that. Like I just want something different. I feel like we've seen it with I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I'll accept it. I think it's kind of cool if they do it right. Don't straight up rip off I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, but you know, yeah. Ghostface on a cruise. Cruise control. What was that? Speed 2? Cruise control? Cruise control. Hell yeah. Freddie K. Roberts, all the way from Facebook, is saying Scream Cruise. I just said that. Damn. What? It's like we're all thinking alike. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, buddy. Scream Cruise Control. No one can hear you scream when you're uncontrollable. I don't know. When you're cruising. I don't know. My brain's not really being creative tonight. I feel it. I'm just kind of winging it tonight, so bear with me. And we're already 40 minutes into this stream. Hell yeah. We got a pretty good turnout. Nice. Got about 11 people watching right now. If you haven't smashed that like button, please smash it. So yeah, hell yeah. And just Freddie. If you want to be a part of like the main conversation, head over to YouTube. You probably can't see everybody in the chat. If you want to be a part of the conversation and everything, or just stay where you're at. You do you. You do you. Just putting out some options. Oh, my. Ghostface on a train. I would accept that. Kind of like Terror Train. Yeah. Did anybody ever watch that remake of Terror Train that came out on, what was it, Peacock? Or aren't they making like a Terror Train 2 also? I never watched it. I didn't hear anything about it, and I've actually forgot about it until right now. But yeah, I would accept Ghostface on a train. I think a cruise is a bigger and more wider setting because, you know, a train's just like one cart to the next, you know. It'd have to be like a really luxury train or something, you know. I think that'd be really cool. Mayann's in the house. What is up, Mayann? Welcome to the party. Oh, my good buddy Marwan's in the house. What is the best horror movie at this time? All the way from Facebook. Marwan, I was just saying, if you want to be more of the conversation, you head over to YouTube onto my channel, and maybe somebody can put a link in this description so anybody over at Facebook wants to join easily. Maybe one of my moderators can do that if you get a chance. But yeah, buddy, glad to see you here hanging out for a little bit. Everyone give them a warm welcome. Marwan, what is the best horror movie at this time? At this time, I don't know if anything's ever topped Scream, in my opinion. Now, a lot of people get it confused with like Scary Movie because those movies came out like just a year or two after, and they were really good They were really good, funny movies. But that first Scream, it deconstructed the horror genre while giving us characters that were like almost every one of them was likable. You know, you don't get that in a horror movie. You get a lot of characters that you don't really care about or even like, really. But Scream developed these characters. Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson did something special. This was like really, really something special. And they knew what they had. And it took a while for people to catch on, but it's great. It's great. It's an easy watch. I always say that like most movies have like 3 parts, especially horror movies, like the beginning, middle, and end. Scream is like 2 parts. You get that first half, and then like 45 minutes to 50 minutes, we're pretty much in the climax because we're at the party. Like the first half is this part, and the second half is at the party, you know. Is it the scariest horror movie? You didn't ask that. You said the best. But is it the scariest? No. It does have its moments, but it's not, I wouldn't technically say it's the scariest. But it is, I would say, the best. Because there are some movies that are just like horror movies for horror fans. And Scream is one of them. Another movie, you know, and I talked about this with Robert Englund. And we kind of shared the same feeling. Like, we were like, you know, he always said, there's 3 movies that I feel like horror fans should always watch. And it deconstructs the horror genre. And he's like, it's Scream, it's Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and it's Behind the Mask, Rise of Leslie Vernon. And I would even add one more, Cabin in the Woods. I would put that there too. So it's just like those kind of movies are very special when they're done right, and they're you know, created. It's all about execution. And if you get somebody behind the camera that knows what they're doing and understands the genre, you get these directors that just like, you can tell that they're just doing a job. They're just getting from one scene to the next. But when you really care about something, you can feel the heart within it. And Scream was that. Scream was all heart. Ain't that right? Did I say that right? All right. Good to see you, Marwan. Hell yeah. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. Jen says, Ghostface takes a boat from New York. Oh, so they get on a boat from New York and leave. Instead of like Jason takes Manhattan and goes to New York, this time they're departing New York. That's interesting. I kind of like that, Jen. That's at least like part of the movie that could be it, you know? Wouldn't that be crazy if like they do a Camp Crystal Lake or something like that? That'd probably be copyright. But, you know, I don't know. It'd just be, or at least they pass a camp, you know, and they say a story like, oh yeah, I think a young boy drowned here one time. You know, just leave it at that. And, you know, us horror fans, we know what they're talking about. Yeah, cool. Hell yeah. I like that. I like it a lot. That sounded scary. It says, hell out, Ghostface on a horse, make him go Western. We'll get straight up Clint Eastwood and John Wayne on it, you know. Could you just imagine, like, if they do a Wild West movie and somebody in a Ghostface outfit just like starts riding into town in a Ghostface costume on a horse? I don't know. I just think that'd be funny. You know, that you know, says that, you know, we don't get enough like Western horror movies. Like, when they do happen, they're kind of special. I love Bone Tomahawk. Like, that movie does not get enough recognition. If you haven't seen that with Kurt Russell, really good movie. Really good movie. David Arquette's in it too, and Sid Haig, among others. Patrick Wilson, I think, is in that. Richard Jenkins is in it. Like, it has a really good cast. It's kind of a slow burn, but it stays interesting the whole way. At least for me, it did. And when it gets to like that climax, shit pops off, and it's crazy, and it feels real and raw. So yeah, Ghostface on a horse, make him go Western. Would he just have knives? Like, you have all these like gunslingers coming out with like guns, and Ghostface just pulls out some knives, you know. He just starts taking out everybody, you know, and he's like, you know, no one's being able to get a shot in on him. That'd be crazy. Now I want Ghostface as a skin in Red Dead Redemption 2. Play that game. If anyone plays that game, you know what I'm talking about. Just let me have it. That Sounded Scary says, what if Randy had a kid? What if that kid is Danny? Because he did lose his virginity that he mentioned in Scream 3. What was her name? Karen Kolchak or something like that. Creepy Karen. Interesting. Could be. But that would make it to where Mindy and Chad are more the target, not Sam and Tara. So yeah. But I mean, it's possible. At least, you know, a partner. Gotta have a partner. Jen says, I don't see Sydney ever going back to Woodsboro. I do not either. I don't see that at all. The only way that I see her ever going back to Woodsboro is either if Martha Meeks gets killed, which I think it's time. You already brought her back. Why? Without doing anything extra with her. If you want to get people back to Woodsboro, you're going to have to kill the Martha Meeks, Randy's sister. That would bring the whole crew back to go. Let's just say there's a funeral, and that's why everyone's there, is for a funeral. And then that's where all our cast meet up, is at the funeral next to the gravesite. And they're all stuck, and they're Ghostface attacks, and they get a phone call, you know, right after the funeral, you know. And Sydney could be like, I'm on my first flight out of here. I'm about to leave. And before she can leave, shit pops off, you know, and she's stuck, or she has to help. You know, she's stuck in something that she cannot leave, you know. So yeah, either that happens, or they retcon her dad and make it to where he's actually still alive and he dies, and that brings her back to Woodsboro. Or she inherited his property or something, you know. They could come up with something. Or Gail dies. Gail would have to. I would say that if Gail goes down there to be a part and start investigating, and she ends up getting killed, I could see her coming back. She came back for Dewey. Karen Kolchak. That's it. Katie, popping the popcorn. Hi, friends. Hi, Katie. Welcome. So glad you could be here and hang out with the cool kids. Welcome to the party. To the horror corner. To the destination station. Oh, yeah. Nice. Popping the popcorn. Katie says, I agree with you, Destin, about Gail. Yes, absolutely. Jen says, I do too. It's time for her to go. She's got to go. You know what? I don't even... The way that Scream 6 played out with her, and we got a really badass scene with Gail, she had her time. That was her time to shine. She shined. That was great. But I really don't need to see any more Gale. She could be the opening kill, and I'd be like, good. No, I wouldn't be good. I'd just be like, yes, it's time. You know? That would be a crazy opening kill, you know, like bringing back the modulator, and just say like it's like an homage to Cotton Weary at the beginning of Scream 3. And there's like a big struggle, you know, you think Gale's a fighter and she's got the upper hand on Ghostface, but then Ghostface takes her, and Ghostface does to Gale what he did to Cotton Weary and puts the modulator like right over and says, and it's really Dewey's voice, you should have told me where Sydney was. Now you lose, or something, you know, whatever. And then the knife, you know, boom, everybody comes back, you know. Maybe she moved back to Woodsboro because of what happened in Scream 6. She's just like, yeah, that was too much, and now she's feeling guilty for writing a book that she shouldn't have. So she's trying to right her wrongs by going back to Woodsboro in honor of Dewey. That sounded scary. Says Tara or Gale has to be our opening kill in Scream 6. Only way to get Sydney out of hiding. I don't even know if Tara would get Sydney out of hiding. Gale definitely. Martha Meeks, maybe. She knew Martha Meeks, you know. I think that could happen, you know. And it could be just like a straight in and out, you know. You don't think she's gonna stay long, but then she just kind of gets caught up, you know. Gale should have died in 6. Yes, Gale has karma coming. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. I completely agree. Let's see here. Where did this go? Y'all just jumped on me a little bit. Okay, here we are. Back to where we are. Let's change this mood a little bit. I haven't played any clips or anything for y'all. Let's see. I don't know what this one is. Let's check it out. It's a little creepy. Right? That was country as hell. Let's see. Gale has karma. Yeah, okay, now I'm back where I am. Jamie Hart says, I want to see Killjoy Jake as Freddy. I really think he could do it. You know what? Jake could. I see it. I could see Jake. Let's all try to get Jake to put on the Freddy makeup. I just want to see what he looks like in it, you know. Hell yeah. Or like Art the Clown or something. Yeah. Dominic said, I'd like to see Jack Quaid play Freddy. That's interesting. Yeah. He may be able to, but he has to play a little bit more menacing than he did in Scream. Let's see here. Scary says, I want Glenn Howerton to play Freddy. Yep. He's got the right energy. Yeah. Jamie, I think you would be awesome as a talent scout. Honestly. You know your shit. You got that eye, you know. You got the eye for talent, for sure. Thank you, Katie. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Hell yeah! Thank you so much. I think Edgar Wright could take on Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, I think that's a good choice. Very good choice. Okay, so yeah, I am right. Dang, I must be a little bit behind. I'm sorry. Almost an hour into the stream. Hey, Denisha, what's up? What is up? My buddy Marcus is in the house. Destination Station, what's up, brother? I love the music. Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. Thanks, man. I hope all is well. And also, I guess I'll go ahead. You know, a lot of y'all probably already know, but me and Marcus have been working on doing some collaboration that we're about to drop a podcast here soon called Horror Hooligans. We're going to be doing a podcast at least, you know, 2, 3, 4 times a week. We're setting everything up. We just want it to be right before we launch, and we want to make sure that we got the time slots that work out for both of us so we can stay committed to it. So yeah, be looking out for that in the near future. I should have shared some artwork and stuff like that for the channel on here, just to kind of show y'all what we're working on. But maybe I'll do that on the next stream. That's a good idea. Marcus says Richard Brake. Okay, yeah, that's his name. I don't know why I always forget his name. Not Robert. Was I saying Robert Brake? Yeah, so it's Richard Brake. I was so on the whole Robert Englund thing. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Richard Brake. Jamie, I totally break part every day. Yeah. Yeah. It just happens, right? It just like, you'll be talking, you'll be in the middle of a sentence, and then it's just like, I hate that whenever I'm like in a meeting at work or something like that, and I'm like in the middle of talking, and then like something's like, my thought just like escaped me, and I just pause, and I'm like, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So I don't know. I've always had that issue. Katie says, "You're so silly, Destin." Hey, I'm glad that you accept me, because I am. I can be pretty goofy sometimes. And you know what? I used to be like, man, some people might not get my sense of humor and stuff like that. But you know what? I think I found my people. So yeah, we're all family. And yeah, I feel like that's the only way to kind of enjoy life, is to find humor and be silly and be happy and laugh a lot. You know, find humor in a lot of things. You know, I've just always been like that. So Michael Joe says, "Sup, destinations? What is up, Michael Joe?" Michael Joe, 2 first names. It's like a actor's name or something. Michael Joe. Die Hard 7, starring Michael Joe. Or it could be like one of those like southern rom-coms. Michael Joe's in the house. Hell yeah. I'm just kidding. See, I'm being goofy and silly again. Thank you. Y'all want a video? Let's change it up for a minute. We've been talking for a minute. I'm really behind on the chat, it seems like. Okay, I see y'all talking to each other. Nice. Hell yeah. See, that's what the community's about. You know what? Is everyone knows everybody. Everybody, you know, we've all became friends over this time over YouTube. You know, if we didn't do this kind of stuff, we wouldn't have this type of conversation. We wouldn't find, like I said, like it gives us the opportunity to find our people and our community. And it's great. It's one of the best communities ever. I love it. And I always I'm like, something's missing out of my life. Anytime I take like a break from YouTube or live streams or something, I'm like, something's missing. And I find my happiest moments are here with y'all. Like, seriously. Like, yes, I have happy moments with my kids and life and stuff like that. But like, now that y'all have been a part of my life for over a year now, y'all are a part of it. And if y'all aren't there, then I feel like, you know, something's missing. So I just appreciate every single one of y'all coming out and hanging out with me, you know, for a little bit on the stream and talking about horror movies. Michael says, I would like to see Michael Goes to Hell. Dang. Yeah. Hey, what if that's how they pop off another sequel, is like, that's how Michael comes back. We get zombie Michael, you know, like he does go to hell after what happened to him. So now they're about to jump the shark a little bit and take it full blown. Jason Lives, you know, and he comes back or something. I don't know how you do it, because he did get like grinded up or whatever, but you know, he comes back some way, somehow. Not saying that that's how they should do it. I'm just saying, like, I still think they should do a direct sequel to Halloween 4 and pick up where Daniel Harris's thing is, where she's like grown now, and right the wrongs of 5 and 6, but also show respect to those two, because they did have their moments. Google Heart has a nice ring to it. Michael Joe says, I want to see Michael Myers beat the shit out of Ghostface. Hey, you know, that would be cool if, like, you know, like, I had, like, this horror concept of, like, it would have to be the right tone and everything, but, like, having all our horror characters in a movie together, you know? Like an Avengers movie, but it's, like, all our horror characters, but they're not versing each other. But there would be a scene, where, like, the whole idea would be, like, it would open up and there's, like, this, like security facility for, like, the criminally insane, of the worst people. And you got Leatherface locked up in there. You got Jason in there. You got Michael Myers in there. We see, like, an evidence box with a Chucky doll, so or something, you know, like, maybe that. But and we kind of get, like, this rundown on how they were captured, like a little backstory of, like, how they were all captured. And the only one they haven't caught was Freddy Krueger, because some people think he's a myth, some people think he's real because he's in his dreams. And how do you catch him? You have to bring him out of the dream. So, like, they have to do this whole setup to where they bring Freddy out of the dream and then they lock him up. But there's, like, this whole, like, prison break thing, and, like, our horror characters, like, team up together and they're just, like, slaughtering, like, all the jailers and everybody and busting out, and all they really want to do is just go home. But they end up at, like, this nearest town, you know, like, after going through the woods and everything. But I always thought it would be cool, like, it'd be, like, kind of like showing homage to, like, those old school horror movies, like Universal horror movies, like Frankenstein, Dracula, and all that kind of stuff, where, like, they just kill anybody that's in their way. Yeah, it's gonna have some comedy and stuff, but I think it'd be really cool if, like, there was a scene where, like, Michael Myers, well, I think it'd be cool if it, like, cut to a scene where, like, a girl and a guy's, like, getting a phone call or something, or a girl's getting a phone call and it's a Ghostface voice, and Ghostface ends up, like, killing this girl, you know, Ghostface style, and then Michael shows up and just, like, kills Ghostface, and that's, like, Ghostface's moment in the movie, you know? Like, no disrespect to Scream or Ghostface, but just, like, doing something like that just to say, hey, Ghostface was in this movie. And then, like, the whole climax would be, like, once the townspeople, like, this is, like, a small town, like a small country town, not a huge population. Once they realize that there are, like, monsters among us and all that kind of stuff, they all do, like, the lynch mob stuff, and they all get together and they go to try to, like, kill them. They all go track them down. Well, then they all have to, like, team up, and it's, like, them just, like, slaughtering through the townspeople, and, like, it's just like a bloodbath, you know? And I would think it'd be really cool to see, like, I thought about a camera shot of, like, the camera just, like, panning over, like, before they're getting ready to, like, you know, attack the people that are all coming out after them with, like, guns and pitchforks and whatever. Like, if the camera, like, pans by and it's, like, you know, like, Michael pulls up his knife, Freddy's does his claws like this, kind of like that Avengers shot, you know, where all the characters are, like, all together and they're all doing, like, their whole pose and everything. And then, like, wouldn't it be cool if, like, we get to the end and you got like, Jason, like, using his machete getting ready, and then you got, like, Leatherface at the very end. He gets ready to just, like, crank that chainsaw, and then you got Chucky on his shoulder, like, getting ready to just, like, pounce, and just shit goes crazy, and, like, that's the whole climax. It's just, like, a slaughter fest, the most blood in a slasher movie ever. Just something to have fun with. I don't know. What do you think about that? I went kind of off topic, but yeah, Michael Myers does beat the shit out of Ghostface in that movie. I do like writing. I like coming up with movies concepts. Like, I just got done finishing my script for Shots. I'm hoping to get it made soon, but yeah, it's a whodunit. It's not a slasher. It is a whodunit. It's a suspense comedy. Let's say that. A dark comedy. Let's say that. With blood. Katie says, I did not like Ghost Ship. Hot take. Sorry, not sorry. You know, some people do feel like that, you know? And, you know, that's one of those movies that I remember liking, but on a rewatch, I might not like it. You know, I have to see it through these lenses now. Like, I have to see it through my adult eyes. Might not like it. But that opening was really dope from what I can remember. I remember the opening being really awesome. Jen says, I'm still suspicious of Kirby. Me too. There's something about her. I just like, how did she get that mark? You mean to tell me Ghostface just knocked you out and didn't kill you? Why wouldn't they kill you? You know, like I'm thinking that when Chad, smiled for the camera and boom, did that. I think that made that mark. That's what I think. And she just kind of got away with it. She let them all take the fall for it. She was maybe she was working with the two kids at the beginning of the movie, and that's why she's there. Maybe what Detective Bailey said, they let her go. He was like saying that whole scene. I know it was like a switcheroo, but telling Sam like she was let go. She's unstable. Whatever he said. Maybe he was telling the truth because he was on her case too. He was still Ghostface, but he also told Sam the truth. Like, that's still true. She did lose it, and she did get let go and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Jamie Hart, I had the Snapper Case Ghost Ship with the lenticular cover, one of the first DVDs I ever bought. I remember owning that too, Jamie. That's super awesome. Hold on to that because I don't know if I still have it or not. I might. All my movies are pretty much, besides some of the newer ones I've bought, and some of them I haven't even opened up, like a bunch of steelbooks for like Halloween and the Scream movies and stuff. I have all my stuff still boxed up since I moved here. So I might have that same one. I remember I did have it, and I don't know if I ever got rid of it or not. I have so many movies, I can't even tell you. And they suck when you have to move. Because it's just like heavy ass boxes of just movies. It's like, why? But I love physical media. I've always been a big physical media guy. That Sounds Scary says, Destin, what do you think of Randy having a secret child with Karen Kolchak? What if he is the killer? What if he is Danny? What if that's the Scream 3 twist, long lost cousin of Chad and Mindy? Possible. I mean, I like where your head's at, but what if what if Danny and Kirby were working together? What if Danny is, I made a video about it, a theory video about what if Danny is our new Kieran from the Scream TV series? He survived in Scream season 1 and then season 2 got revealed. What if that's what they're doing with Danny? And what if like Danny and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think in the Scream TV series, Kieran was actually with the killer from the first one, like they were boyfriend and girlfriend. So what if that's like Kirby, and him like really having the relationship? I don't know, but I do like where your head's at. I don't know if that would like be enough. And I feel like Chad and Mindy, it would have to be like known early on in the movie that Sam and Tara aren't the real targets. It's really Chad and Mindy. You would have to know that like halfway through the movie at least, and being like, oh wait, what's going on here? I thought Sam and Tara. No, Sam and Tara's story's over. This is about Chad and Mindy. But Sam thought it was about them. Like they'd have to do like this whole twist thing, and it'd have to feel right. It can't feel forced or like an afterthought. I hope they have an end game. Let's still bring back Stu. Still want Matthew Lillard back. What about Matthew Lillard playing Freddy Krueger? That'd be kind of cool. Devin Sawa has shown interest. I think that never occurred to me, but I think that would be cool too. Michael Joe says, I would like it if there will be no more Scream movies. I don't like the newest characters. I've heard that from a few people. Like they just can't connect. Like they don't care. They didn't want new characters. I think I grew more onto them in Scream 6 than I did in Scream 5. I think, especially Sam, and Chad and Mindy. I think I just liked them. They just made them the core 4, and they got a lot of time to shine, and I really enjoyed that. It grew on me. But the main thing that I'm glad about the Scream movies is that it got a little bit more mean-spirited. It got a little bit more darker and serious. And I love those like slow shots of where like Ghostface like stands up real slow, you know, before he, you know, like at the beginning when he's attacking Tara on Scream 5, like him, you know, like those little shots, those little moments of just showing how Ghostface can be really evil, you know. And I love the little stab, shank, 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 shank. I love that angle. The way Wes died, I was just like, man, this is serious. I just wanted them to keep that tone and that seriousness when we got our killers revealed. Like, what is up in the writing room when they do the reveal of these killers in Scream 5 and Scream? Sorry, hit my monitor, shook the camera. It hit, you know, like who's writing this and who's telling them to act like this? Like, no, let's stay serious. Let's get mean and ugly. You remember how Billy acted? Hell yeah. You remember how Mrs. Loomis acted? Hell yeah. You remember how Roman Bridger acted? Fuck yeah. Do that. Just do that. Don't do Scary Movie. Goofy. All right? We're not making a scary movie. We're making a Scream. You had perfect. It was great. And then the killer reveal, and then it's kind of like, all right, we're in a Fast and Furious movie. We're kind of got some cartoon characters here. Gotcha. Anyways, that was my little rant. I'll shut up. Let's see here. I shot him 6 times. I'd take a mesh of Hollywood and Woodsboro. Both places hold value to Scream and Sid's legacy. Perfectly said, Marcus. Couldn't agree with you more, buddy. Yeah, I think that would be... I think that's a safe choice, and I think it's kind of cool that you would bring Hollywood to Woodsboro instead of them going to Hollywood. Because movies get made on, you know, in towns all the time. And wouldn't that be just like this big hot topic that like the new, you know, like they always said, like Richie was always talking about all the sequels suck to Stab. And what's today? The whole thing was about a requel. Well, maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make a direct sequel to Stab 1. And they're not going to film this in just on some backlot. And that would be like part of the what am I trying to say? You know, advertisement for the movie. What am I trying to say? Y'all know I'm having another brain fart. Help me out, Jamie. That would be the whole angle. It's like they're actually filming the movie in the town and at some of the locations of our murder victims of the original movie, you know, or something. You know, like they could go that whole angle. And we could see familiar locations because we've been back to Woodsboro, but we don't really see any familiar locations. And I want the real Stu Macher house back. I don't want what we got in Scream 5, you know. And don't show us in the trailer, you know. Don't show that in the trailer now because you showed it in the trailer in Scream 5. If that is something that we are going to do, let it be a surprise to us when we go see the movie, you know. And let Stu Macher be living in that attic because that attic was pretty damn big, like Billy from Black Christmas. He's just sitting up there in a rocker. Wouldn't that be crazy? Jim says if Kincaid comes back he needs to die early. I think so too. Or what if Kincaid was working with Roman? What if he was one of the killers? You know, I know a lot of people say Angelina, but what if Kincaid? I always thought that he would have been cool to be the killer. I mean, yeah, it was a little obvious, like he was like a red herring, but you almost like the guy too. And I thought that would have been really cool to see like a big fight scene between Dewey and Kincaid, you know, like trying to protect Sydney and whatever. But what if Kincaid just kind of like hasn't been Ghostface for a long time because he got what he wanted? He got his obsession. He got Sydney. How dark would that be? He won. He got away with it. He married Sydney and had kids with her. Wouldn't that be crazy? I don't know if I like it. That's just maybe a little bit too much. But you know, years down the line, if they ever decide to reboot Scream again, Sydney's got kids, you know. And what have they done in the Halloween movies? Jamie Lee Curtis had a daughter and a granddaughter and all that kind of stuff. I guarantee you somewhere down the line, give it another 20 years, 40 years later, or whatever, you're going to get the whole Sydney with kids and grandkids thing. And that's what I'm thinking. They're going to find a way. What? Katie says the remake of Terra Tucked. I don't know what that is. Bat Super's in the house. Scream 7 should take place in another small town similar to Woodsboro, maybe during winter, so people can't leave town. Yeah, like if there's like a storm or something, and it's knocked down like some power lines and blocked some of the exit roads out of the town and stuff. Yeah, I could see that. Like in like a mountain setting, like, you know, like you got like a mountain backdrop, and it's kind of like a, you know, something like that. You know, I think that's interesting. I kind of like that. And you still get some like woods stuff, you know, and you get the winter and the snow. And yeah, I like it. Kind of, what was that movie? Oh, I can't think of the name of it, but it was a similar setting like that. I don't know if there was snow in it though, but it was like winter time. Oh, I can't think of it. It'll come to me. Scream to go on DVD. Yep. I think I've owned like I got like the box set back there. You see it next to the Scream mask, right there. It's still wrapped. I found it at like a collection store here in Dallas, and it doesn't have like the slip cover to the set, but I was like, oh man. But I just left it wrapped because it's like, you know what? I've been looking for this, and I just want to keep it wrapped. Same thing with the steelbooks of Scream, and I hope we get like a really cool box set one day. Same thing with the Nightmare on Elm Street. Really long overdue. And yeah, like actually I bought like two of the steelbooks, because I had one of them signed from Skeet Ulrich and Jamie Kennedy, and I should have got Matthew Lillard and Sydney or Nev Campbell. That would be really cool. I should have done that, but I'm sure I'll get my chance one day. I just want to get all their signatures on the very original one. Thank you so much. That sounded scary. Thank you, buddy. Jen said Ghostface on the Oriental Express. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about the whole train, like Ghostface on a train. Yeah, I could see it. It would have to just be very luxury and really cool, you know. Maybe there's an event going on or something. Jamie says Des is multitasking, casting fancy. Yeah, I can't tell you how my brain works. It just works like that. Thank you, Katie. We see you multi-platforming. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what y'all saying. Scream 6 is terrible. I'm sorry, buddy. But yeah, I respect it. I've heard a few people, they didn't really care for it. Come over to YouTube. Yeah, for sure. Whenever I set this up, like I'm going live on several different platforms. It's 2 places on Facebook, like my channel, like my page, and then my original Facebook, YouTube, obviously, Twitch and Twitter. I don't know why I'm on Twitch. It was just an option, and I was like, why not? So you can do it all at once. So maybe somebody that's on Twitch doesn't just like gaming, they like movies too. They'd be like, what the hell is this? And maybe I'll start playing, like, if they come out with the Scream video game over on Twitch, you know, that'd be super awesome. I'm really looking forward to that Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game that's going to come out. That's going to be really awesome. And they're doing another Friday the 13th game. So really looking forward to that. I love good horror games. I want a Nightmare on Elm Street game, and I want a Halloween game, and I want a Scream game. Give it to me. Give it to me now. And I don't want none of that Mortal Kombat bullshit where I'm just playing as a character, you know. I want, give me something good. Kyle, he is always on Facebook and YouTube. Michael Joe says, Drag Me to Hell, such a great movie. And I heard they're making a Drag Me to Hell, Drag Me to Hell and Back. Is that the name of the sequel that I'm about to say? Yeah. I think they are making a Drag Me to Hell too. I think that's what Sam Raimi was talking about. So we might be getting that sooner than later. Sam Raimi's such a chill guy. Like, I met him not too long ago. Really cool guy. Ted too. Ted's really cool. I love Drag Me to Hell. It does get a little goofy at times, but I think it's PG-13 if I'm not mistaken. I think there's like an unrated version, but for a PG-13 horror movie, like that movie was awesome. I love the way the movie's like. There's a lot of goofy crap that happens in it, but the way the movie's directed and some of the practical effects, even some of the special effects didn't work, but like it's just bonkers. It's crazy. It's fun. If they really wanted to do it dark and serious, they could have. They could have really like made that movie really serious. And at times it is. There's some really creepy imagery. There's some creepy moments in Drag Me to Hell. But then like it's like kind of wasted because we go really comedic with it, Like I would like to see a cut of Drag Me to Hell and like kind of put away all the goofiness and just like make it really dark. Make it like an Evil Dead movie, I think that'd be really cool. Thank you so much, Katie. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Yes, if you're just popping in and popping out, story of my life. Love me and then leave me. Shit. That's all right. I'm just kidding. I don't know where I was going with that. But if you are just here to love me for a minute and then you got to pop out, smash that like button. Help that algorithm out. Because I'm telling you, I didn't think it was going to be this hard to get back to where I was. And I'm like, damn, my views are getting like next to nothing since I've taken some time off. Won't make that mistake again. Should have listened to all y'all and say, hey, come back. I was like, yes, I will. I'll be back. Just my job was just like, I'm just now stepping out of training. I've been in training for like 6 months now. It's crazy. So I'm finally grasping everything and understanding and things are like, oh, okay, everything's a little bit more chill now. It just like, I hate, does anybody else feel like that? Like I worked at a job that I was there for 12 years. And so like, I just kind of got comfortable. And then after that, I kind of took some time off work. So I had to get like back in the rhythm of working again. And it was kind of like, wow, like I forgot, like I hate learning new stuff, especially if it's something like foreign that like I've never done before, like I'm not used to doing, that's just kind of how it was. And I was also doing that with the coding boot camp. I was like I was racking my brain. Like you have to change the way you think. You got to think like a computer. It was just nuts. So anyways, back to the stream. Jamie Hart says, I haven't seen Bone Tomahawk. I keep hearing that it's good. Jamie, finally, I have said something about a movie that you have not seen yet. You got to check it out. You have to check it out. It's so good. It's got some disturbing stuff like here and there. The movie starts off pretty dark. It kind of goes into like a slow burn. It's a rescue mission type movie, like they're on the search for Patrick Wilson's wife was taken by like what do they call them? They're not Indians, but they're like cannibals or something that live out in the mountains. And they're and they hire Kurt Russell and his deputy, and they all go try to locate her, try to go rescue her. And that's it. It's a very simple premise, but it's so good. And when the action hits, when it gets dark and it gets violent, you feel it. I love Bone Tomahawk. Check it out. We might do a watch party on that too, because that movie needs to be resurfaced. Yeah, check it out for sure. Karen Kolchak. How far am I back? Am I back that far? Did my voice just squeak? Jamie Hart said, I'm tired to play Red Dead Redemption 2. I sucked big time. The game looks so good. I love Red Dead Redemption 2. But I definitely have to like change up the control scheme and everything. I have to change up because something about Rockstar games that goes with what is it? Grand Theft Auto as well. Like how you have to keep pressing that A button, I'm just not used to games playing that way as far as running and stuff like that. Like I feel like I have to change up those controls just to make it a little bit more smoother from my experience. That's just me though. That's just me. So you're behind the chat 3 minutes, Des. Oh, okay. That's cool. All right, not too far behind. Dang, we're already almost like an hour and a half. See how time just flies by when you're having fun with friends? Hell yeah. Here, we're going to change up this music too. Let's do that. And maybe we'll... Hold on, let me just... So I don't lose my... Man, did I just lose my spot again? This damn thing. All right, I found it. All right, let's change up the music. I don't know what this one is. Let's see what it is. You know what? And we're gonna play a video too. Just to change it up just for a minute. In fact, let's pause the music. What do y'all want to see? Y'all want to see something funny? We could see do a little bit of dancing, like Marty McFly's dad. I think somebody should try to redo that scene in a Scream movie. Like if there's like a party and we have one goofy character like a Randy or somebody like that, or it's just somebody random at a party and they start dancing like that just to show like, you know, an homage to that. I think that'd be kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel like this. It makes me feel good.
I'll be back your ass.
Okay. All right. Back to the comments. And turning on the music. Don't kill my vibe. Did I really just say that? All right. Where was I? This is bullshit, my friend. Okay. Whoa. It just jumped again. Karen Kolchak. Yeah. Something like that. Michael Joe says, I don't want to see Radio Silence touch Nightmare on Elm Street. Interesting. I don't know if yeah, they could do it. I wouldn't say that they would be horrible at it, but it's not my first pick because they're not very visual. When you're dealing with dreams and you're going in and out of reality and stuff like that, you got to make things feel like a dream, and you got to do certain shots. You got to be creative with your shots. You know, you remember how, like, perfect example, like how I think Andy Muschietti, who did It and did the recent, you know, It 2, It Chapter 2, and did The Flash recently. I think he would be a great pick for a Nightmare on Elm Street. He knows horror. I think he would be great at it. Absolutely great. Another person, who's another director that I would, I don't know. I feel like we almost need like somebody that knows a little bit of action movies behind the scenes. And not saying that I want Nightmare on Elm Street to go action route. No, I'm talking about like the camera work styles, you know, like you ever see like those one takes where like people are fighting or people are shooting, let's just say a John Wick movie or something like that, you know, and the camera never cuts and it's kind of like going in and out of things and it's going up and down and around and through stuff. I want really cool stuff like that in my Nightmare on Elm Street thing. I want to feel like it's like I feel like I'm there and we are going in and out of dreams and reality, you know. The remake, I'm not a fan of it, but there was one moment that I loved, those micro naps or micro sleeps or whatever that was going on, where she was in the drugstore and you could see him and then he was like knocking stuff off the shelves. Best part of the movie, in my opinion. Like I was like, that was great. I started getting, I woke up. I was like, oh, this is getting really good. And then it was just like, no, it let me down again. Stuff like that. That's why I think Lee Winnell with his camera tricks and stuff like that, or James Wan would be awesome in Nightmare on Elm Street. I just do. I think that they have that good cinematography feel, you know. And that's what Nightmare on Elm Street needs to be. It needs to have really good, needs to feel a little bit low budget, but it needs to be really well shot and good cinematography. That's what I think. Marcus says, Scream 6 original script proves my theory about an unrevealed killer from the past true. Can't wait to get that video finished. Yeah. I might be missing something. I guess I don't know much about that one. But I kind of assumed that there was going to be like an unrevealed killer, you know, from the past. I mean, if they're going to show anything about an homage to Scream 3, you know, it's gonna have to be something like that, you know. It's gonna have to be somebody that was there from the beginning, or maybe even from the original, or there's something that hasn't been revealed. But you know, I even said so before on my theory videos. And I know Marcus, me and you, we've talked about it a bunch of times, buddy, that you can miss it really quick in Scream 6 when Sam is talking to her therapist. He says, you've mentioned things about your abusive relationship with your father or with your dad or something like that. Well, she never knew Billy Loomis. She never had an abusive relationship with Billy Loomis, her biological dad. But we all know that her stepfather left, that she thought that was her father until she found the diary. So that's what they were talking about. That's what they were referring to. So there's more there than him just leaving. That's why I've always said I don't think Richie was Sam's first kill. I still think that her first kill was probably her stepdad. Either he was abusive, maybe to her and her mom, especially after she revealed that he's not her father. Maybe he started acting different towards her or whatever. And you know, he just left. He's just gone. No, I don't buy it. He's missing because he's dead. And she had a freak out episode one time and she accidentally killed him on a freak accident. That's probably what's going to get revealed. I hope that's how I would write it. You know? That's exactly how I would write it. But yeah, Marcus, we'll talk again, man. For sure. Hell yeah, dude. I need to know about that. You got my gears turning now. Like, I'm spinning up here. Like, what have I missed? Where have I been? Am I out of the loop? Jen says I'm more than 3 minutes behind. Somebody's right and somebody's wrong. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It sounds scary. It doesn't sound so country right there. Hell yeah, man. We're going down to the stove and get us a 6-pack, and then we, hang out by the river. And I don't know. If you think I sound country, you should hear some of the people from my hometown. I'm like, damn, Boomhauer right here. Shit. I have to be like, what'd you just say? Come again? It's all good. Sometimes I do it just to, like, me and some of y'all know my buddy Nick, Rawhead Rex or whatever. Like, we will intentionally, like, if we're playing like Call of Duty or Warzone or something like that, we will intentionally like overdo the country accent or or something, and it's like we just get real goofy like that, because they have that like proximity chat on the game where you get close to a character and you can start talking to them. Just having fun with it. Anyways, Jamie says I brain farted like 50 times on Katie's show the other night. Oops. It happens. I'm glad I'm just not the only one. I'm not lonely in this department. Jen says I started intermittent fasting this week, and for the first time I feel hungry, probably because I am usually asleep at this hour. Yeah, intermittent fasting, that's good, Jen. Heck yeah, congratulations. That's good stuff. It really is. I've done it before. I've been thinking about getting back on it myself. But yeah, low carb in it. Ooh, and no sugars. It's tough, especially those first 2 weeks until you get past that barrier, and then you kind of got like that clarity, and it's just like, oh. But yeah, trying to break that, it's a hard 2 weeks. Nice, congratulations, that's awesome, Jen. Hell yeah. Jamie says this community is full of great people. Yes, it is. Absolutely right, Jamie. You are right. I'm down 150 from 180. Heck yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Start a fitness channel. We're gonna talk about intermittent fasting and weight loss and protein intakes and macros versus micros and supplements and all that kind of cool shit. You know, actually, like years ago when I first started YouTube, I was I don't know if y'all know them, but like the Hodge twins, like the I think they were called like Twin Muscle Workout back in the day or whatever, but they were so funny. I found them on YouTube. I was like, man, I'm going to start doing this. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not the type of person that needs to be giving anybody advice on fitness. Like, I'm not like this big old muscle bound person, you know, I'm just an average old Joe or Destin. So you got to find your niche, and horror is my niche. I shot him 6 times. Hell, will not have him. Dr. Loomis, Halloween 5. Dang, yeah, dang. Hey, Marcus knows. Jason or Michael goes to hell. No, hell will not have him. That would be kind of cool. Hell did not have him. Like if they brought that back, like he came back from hell. Hell did not have him. This community is made of family. Yes, it is. Absolutely right. Oh, thanks, Jamie. I love you too. Awesome. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. I'm glad y'all accept me because I can just be as goofy as I want to with y'all, and it's awesome. You know, like my family and friends and stuff, like they don't really like horror or like even movies as much as I do, and it's like y'all are like my outlet. I have to get this out because it's just like it's my passion. I want to be a filmmaker. I want to be a director. I want to be a horror movie director. That's what I want to be. And I'm just glad I can share that with y'all, and y'all can share your passion with me. It's just, this is a safe place. This is where we shine. Y'all are family to me, and I love y'all. Thank you. I love you, Jamie. Thank you so much for that. That really does mean a lot. See, that makes me want to just keep on keeping on. What movie is that from? And you're in my cool book. You're already in my cool book, but I still want to know if y'all know what that. Sometimes you just got to keep on keeping on. Or should I should probably be a little bit more country when I say it. Sometimes you got to just keep on keeping on. Oh yeah. And like smoking a cigarette or something. I don't smoke. All right. Anyways, that sounded scary. I've seen that movie you're mentioning with Kane Hodder and Leatherface. Which one? Wait a minute. Movie you're mentioning with Kane Hodder and Leatherface. Are you talking about Leatherface 3 where Kane Hodder played Leatherface? Just curious. Jen says Destin is writing a movie as we speak. Yeah, see, I can just brainstorm. If a few of us got on a round table and we were just spitballing some ideas and putting them down on paper, we're like, okay, we got scene 1, we got scene 2, we got here, and we're trying to get from point A to point B to point C, and then we could write a movie. That's what I need, and that's what Robert Englund actually told me was like where I was living back in Memphis, Tennessee, in the Mississippi area and everything, like in the dirty South. He told me I had to get the fuck out of there. He was like, put his arm around me. He was just like, you got to get the hell out of there. You're never going to be shit there. And it was like, that makes so much sense. I was born in the wrong area. I need to go around. I need to go to a city where people share the same passion as me. Obviously we do on the internet, but I want to put projects together. I want to really make my dreams come true. And I knew that I would never do that where I was living. I didn't have I could get the resources, but nobody really shares that same type of passion there. Like I don't know. Here in Dallas, so many creative people here with so many better ideas probably than me. And everybody's willing to get involved in projects and everything. It's just, it's awesome. I know LA's the more ideal place, but I don't know if I want to live there. And I'm hearing Atlanta is like booming with like film, like the film industry and stuff. So yeah, I love writing. I love writing. I love coming up with concepts. So yeah, I do have an idea for a movie. I haven't started writing it yet, but it's something I do want to put together. And it was kind of an inspiration from Wes Craven, a project he was thinking about doing right before he passed. You know, rest in peace. To the goat. But it's like, it's more of a comedy, but it's a horror comedy as well. And I'll tell y'all about it later. Y'all don't want to hear about that. Let's get back to the comments. That's how my brain works. I start brainstorming and I just like veer off and I don't know where I land. I just keep going. I might need to be diagnosed with something. I don't know. I've never have. I think I'm normal. Am I? That would be dope to see. Storyboard that shiznit. You know what? I thought about. I'm pretty sure y'all are talking about the whole thing about like all the horror characters and the security facility and like the criminally insane, the worst of the worst. That movie. I actually, something that I thought about doing on this channel, or maybe creating another channel, is making like storyboard like what am I trying to say? Like stories, but like animated. Or maybe it won't be like fully animated, like motion animation or anything like that, but I would give like an image of like where we are, and I'd give like this whole entire story, but it would just be like from one scene to the next, and I would just show images just to kind of like, you know, like a comic book or something, and kind of like show y'all images while I'm like voice overing a story to y'all, and it's just like fan art, you know, it's like fan fiction. Thought about doing something like that. Let me know if y'all would be interested in something like that, because I have really thought about doing that, of like some of our favorite movies or some of the favorite things that we would like to see our characters in, and we probably won't ever get to. So let's just put it in an animation and create our story. You know, I think it'd be kind of cool. It's a lot of work. It's a lot more work than just turning on a camera and making a video or a theory or something like that. So it'd be dedication. It'd be a lot of dedication. But definitely something I would like to do for sure. Because whenever I make movies, I want to make movies I want to make, what I want to see on the big screen. And even if it's a piece of shit, you know what? That's my piece of shit. That's mine. I made that. Look at that. Remember that scene from like Coach Carter, whenever like Samuel L. Jackson was like, oh yeah, I did that. Look at that. Oh, I tied that shoe. Yeah, that's how I'd feel about my piece of shit movie. Anyways, Marcus. I shot him 6 times. Michael whoops Ghostface easy. Freddy is the biggest challenge in my opinion. Yeah, Freddy would. Yeah, he definitely would be. He's the more faster one, I guess. And get around. And probably can't really die. You just goes back to the dreams, you know. That I think that'd be crazy. Like the end game is Michael goes into a coma. And it's like Freddy just gets to torture Michael in a coma for eternity or forever, how long, you know. But yeah, I would just love to see something like that, you know. And wouldn't it be cool if there was like this like whole like scene where like Tiffany from Child's Play like was trying to seduce Ash Williams from Evil Dead. Like there's a scene where she tries to get the Book of the Dead, and she gets him like really drunk at like a bar or something, and like that leads into like the second movie. You know, like she stole this book and now has unleashed Deadites, you know? And like after this whole situation happens, then Deadites have like came out, and then you got like Ash pulling up in his vehicle and he's just like, am I late to the party or something like that? Move, boom, movie shuts off. Wait for the sequel. See, that's $1 million movie right there. Probably $100 million movie. That sounded scary. Now Darkness Falls was awesome. Evil Tooth Fairy, we need a sequel. You know what? That's another movie, dude, that I've been wanting to resurface. That's another PG-13 horror movie that kind of worked. You know, I liked it a lot. I really did. I enjoyed it whenever it first came out. I actually, when it came, I don't know if it holds up. That's the thing. I would like to see a sequel though. It's a great concept. I feel like that new movie, The Boogeyman, is something similar, like a similar feel, or like Lights Out, you know, like something like that. But yeah, it was definitely really, really cool. It was really, really cool. Really cool concept. I just don't know if it still holds up. But I definitely want to that's another movie I need to do a watch party on my channel. I think it'd be cool. Hell yeah. Yes, it does. It does. It really does. I remember seeing that movie. I think that movie came out whenever I was working at the movie theater years ago. And I watched it a couple times. And I remember liking it. Michael Kiss snapped Freddy's neck. What? Hell no. Not in my movie. Hell to the no, Michael Joe. I know you're probably just kidding. I shot him 6 times. Marcus says, I think Sam attacked Kirby, but it was staged. Sam had blood on her tank top when she ran into Tara and Chad. Maybe. I mean, possibly. I don't know. I don't know about that. Sam attacked Kirby, but it was staged. What do you mean it was staged, though? Like, I don't know how that would make sense if it was staged. Sam had blood on her tank top when she ran into Tara and Chad. Yeah, maybe. I have to remind me how that would play out. Jamie says, "Oh, I love Kirby. I want her to be a good guy." Yeah, I do too. I kind of do too. But it's just, you know, I feel like there's still something. There's some secret there, you know. And I always thought it would be awesome to have like a flashback of Scream 4 of like Dewey finding Kirby, and that gives us Dewey for one more moment in the Scream movie, you know, that's why she kind of looked up to him and decided to get into law enforcement, you know, after that. Like, he became her big brother in Woodsboro. You could kind of like make it connect like that. Let me be in that writing room. Let me give them some ideas. Jerome Boone, what if he's Stu's other nephew? He could have more than one nephew. Absolutely. And welcome, buddy. Yeah, it could. It could be connected to Stu. If it isn't Stu, I feel like it does need to be somewhat connected to Stu a little bit. I want that. Let me have that. Let me get that. Michael says, I meant Michael can snap Freddy's neck. Okay. I was wondering. That sounded scary. What if 23andMe is used and what? And that's how they find the long lost relative from Scream 3. 23andMe? What am I missing here? Am I having a brain fart again? 23andMe. What in the bippity boppity bullshit is that, bro? No disrespect. Jen said, what is 23andMe? That sounds like a sitcom or something. Oh, it's a DNA test. It's a DNA heritage thing online. Oh, okay. It's one of those. Gotcha. Yeah, could be. Jerome Boone says, Matthew said he'll return if Nev returns, so we will see Stu and Sydney one last time. I hope so. I know he's on board for it, but they're going to have to pay my girl right. They got to pay Nev Campbell right. And it really worries me the way that this... I mean, I know they're still interested in bringing her back. That's what they say. But they really don't have the say-so as far as, like, finances. And if the studio is like, oh, we can make more... You know, look how much Scream 6 made. And they didn't even have Sydney in it. So that's where I was talking about before that movie came out. Like, we're dealing with the double-edged sword here, because it's like, we want this movie to be successful, but if it is successful and it doesn't have Sydney in it, then they know that they don't need her to make a hit. So, you know, something's flying around me. So yeah. But I still want her to be back. I just want them to pay her right. She deserves it. If they do bring her back, they're probably going to tell her she needs a more predominant role. Like, hey, if we give you this number, if we give you this, you can't just be a cameo. You just can't come in at just the climax. We need you 90% of this movie, okay? We need you on screen right after the main entrance. We need you in here quick, side by side with Sam and Tara. Jamie says Des is so excited he's being destructive. Sometimes I get really excited. I really do. I'm like, ooh, yeah, ooh. You know? It's like that little kid in me coming out. Jerome Boone says Scream 7 Ghostface killer should be Stu Macher and Leslie Macher, and Christina Carpenter is his accomplice. What do you think, Des? You know, I don't really mind that, but we need to be introduced to Leslie Macher and Christina Carpenter before they get revealed. It can't just be like we don't see Leslie and we don't see Christina and we don't even know anything if Stu is or isn't going to come back, and then all of them get shown up. We're going to be like, who the hell are these other two? You know, oh, this is Sam's mom. Oh, this is Leslie Macher. You know, you're going to have to like write them in organically, you know, instead of feeling forced or too obvious that they are the killers, you know. But yeah, I like it. I like it. Jamie says Ghostface in a hotel, like a big luxury hotel. Yeah, that'd be cool. During a wedding. Oh, Ghostface at a wedding. You know, has anyone listen, has anyone seen, like, that is a great setting. Like, you have the groomsmen, the bridesmaids, all this kind of stuff, and maybe they're at some, you know, luxury place and there's a whodunit killing going on. Similar to there was a show, it was a mini series called Harper's Island. Has anyone seen that? So good. That does not get enough recognition. That was such a good show, and it was a really good whodunit. Really cool all the way up until the reveal, and the kills were actually pretty dang good and creative. I liked it. It was very Scream-like. So, yeah. Check it out if you have not seen Harper's Island. Harper's Island? Oh, I want to watch that now because it's been so long since I watched it. It's good. Let me know if you've seen it. Jamie, if you haven't seen that either, check it out. It's really good. It's only like 8 to 10 episodes or something like that, but and it's a mini series, so it's a one and done. So yeah, check it out. It just feels like a long movie, and I think it's got some characters in it. I think Katie Cassidy is in it. I think she's one of the main characters. It's really good. Marcus says, I know many want to see Ghostface in the snow. Doesn't make sense, especially for chase scenes. I was thinking that Ghostface would be doing the electric slide all movie, talking about some woogie when calling. You could hear like him chattering in the phone. Can you see me? Open the door. It's cold out here. Make me a fire. Make me some hot cocoa. Just sit it outside on the porch and we'll finish this conversation. That'd be funny as hell. No. But yeah, I'm feeling that. I feel like that should be more of like a monster type slasher movie like Jason or something like that. Something that's like supernatural in a way, maybe. Or like a bigger killer, you know, like a more sadistic one than just Ghostface. It's pretty funny. What if they start doing stab? I'm going to a wedding tomorrow. I get to wear a dress and try to look pretty. There you go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Live your best life for sure. Weddings are always fun. Weddings, especially when they have an open bar. Yeah, is that like the first question when people's like, hey, you're invited to my wedding? Oh, you're going to have an open bar? No. Oh, okay. I'll see if I can make it. No, I'm just kidding. That's so messed up. No. I'm only joking, okay? I told y'all this is a safe place. We can play. Everything I say is not serious. But yes, it is a plus. You gotta have some champagne, at least. Jen says, I'm fading fast. I need to go to sleep. Good night, everyone. Good night, Jen. Have a good night. Get some rest. And I'll see you on the next stream. Whoa, and this just jumped on me again. What are you talking about? That sounded scary. You need to check out Afterlife. Oh, I have not seen that. You need to check out Afterlife with Christina Ricci, Justin Long, and Liam Neeson. I remember when that was released, but I didn't know much about it. I haven't heard much about it. Is it good? Is it a twist? Is it well made, or is it like, does it feel like a straight to DVD or straight to streaming type movie? I do want to see it. That's a great cast. Go fast on the chat, Des. I can't. Some of y'all have some really good comments. Always want to see something funny. Oh, that's not nice. James 1 for a Nightmare on Elm Street. Hell yeah. I shot him 6 times. Damian Mace for a Nightmare on Elm Street. Scream if Radio Silence don't come back. He did special effects for Avengers. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Nice. Yeah, that'd be cool. I was literally thinking King of the Hill. Boomhauer. I like the accent. Howdy. Realistically horrifying. What is up? Welcome to the party. I don't know how far I am behind. I wish like every comment. Well, they do, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I was about to say. Never mind. Shut up, Destin. Marcus, in Scream 6 OG script, each gown had a mask, meaning Charlie and Jill didn't share a mask like they said in 6. The fact they went the route by not showing all the masks proved an unrevealed killer. To be continued. You thinking it's Charlie? I already know you. I already know you on that Charlie train. That sounds weird. That sounds like that's really a thing. The Charlie train. Like a Charlie horse or something. I don't know. Michael Joe, Definition Station. Would you like to see a Scream game? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I would love to see a Scream game. And I think it should be online. It should be like the game Among Us, where you don't know who the killer is and you're trying to investigate and figure it out. You got to do horror movie trivia at times. And I think the gameplay should be like the new Hitman games, like Hitman 3, the new ones. How like there's like a big mansion, a big ball going on or something. And there's so many different like corridors and settings. And then the only person that knows who the killer is the killer himself. And every time you play it, every match, someone randomly is the killer. So it's up to you to not get caught. So you get like points for different things and taking people out silently or without being noticed or being caught, you know? And I think it'd be cool to have different settings like Milton's Mansion, you know, Woodsboro High, Stu's house. Like these are different maps that you can play on. And you know, like think about Milton's Mansion with all the different like secret passages, you know, and they made it look exactly like it. Down to the T, and it's kind of like you're having to go through secret passages to try to like get to the other side of the house and take someone out and then get back in and come back around. Like I just think that would be such a fun game. If there was a Scream game, that's how I'd make it. Don't make it first person. I don't want it to be first person or anything like that. But yeah. Yes, I want a Scream game. Marcus says, because there are 9 gowns for each killer, but if Charlie and Jill share the mask like the DNA proved in 6, that means another killer wasn't revealed because there was only 8 masks. That's a good point. I remember us talking about that. Yep. Very true. I hope it's not something that they just brush over. I hope they really do take that into an account, you know. Marcus, would you like a Scream video? Yes, you got to put Roger L. Jackson's voice in it. Joe Dirt. Oh, Death House. I have not seen that. Yeah, I have not seen that. I've been meaning to, though. I forgot about it. They film films out here in Louisiana, too, Destin. Oh, hell yeah. Nice. Hell yeah, I would love a Scream video game. Me, too. I would like an open-world Hannibal Lecter game similar to Hitman game. Damn. I can only see one way of that playing out. But that's pretty crazy. I'd love a Scream video game. I can't believe they haven't made one by now. Yeah, I mean, it's like the perfect time. Like, do it. You know, especially the way they're making all these other horror games. Like, just do it. Michael would never go in a coma. Freddy can't put Michael to sleep. You right. You can't go to bed dead and wake up alive. What movie is that from? Jamie Hart, there is an Evil Dead game. Oh yes, that's another one I missed out. You know, like I play it. It came out last year. Yep, it's fun. It's a fun game. Well-made game. It gets a little repetitive, but it's definitely fun. Yeah, Evil Dead's had a few games throughout the years, but they do have an online game that's out right now. It's fun though. It's definitely keeps you entertained for a while. Have you guys played Alan Wake? There is a sequel coming. Yes, Jamie, I love Alan Wake. I played that game like 2 or 3 times through when it first came out, and I'm so pumped for Alan Wake 2. And I think they're making Alan Wake 2 not just like a teen game, they're making it mature. So, and it looks really good. I mean, I've seen some gameplay on it. I can't wait. And it has like a very Stephen King storytelling vibe to it and everything. It's just really cool. That's a game that has mood and atmosphere. It's got a good vibe to it. Really cool stuff. Michael Joe says, will Kirby be revealed as Ghostface in the next one? Possibly. Danny and Kirby could possibly be working together. I don't really say that that's what needs to happen or what I want, but I could see it happening, you know, especially with Danny. But like Kirby, I don't. Something there. There's something there. If she's not a killer, she has a secret about something that's tied to something. You know what I'm saying? You can't have so many survivors in the next one. You know what I'm saying? You can't have, if you bring Sydney back, you bring Gail back, you got Sam, you got Tara, you got Mindy, you got Chad, you got Kirby. You can't, and well, we all said that about Scream 6. You can't have all of them survive, and look what happened. But if you bring Sydney back in the mix, you can't just have all these survivors, you know, and one big happy ending where nobody really got killed. Homie don't like that. No, Des don't like that. Marcus says, I'm going to do a video about Kirby staged attack and send you the link then, Destiny. Absolutely, dude. Hell yeah, do that. Do that. For sure. Jamie, you're just passionate and animated like me. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Stay happy, my friend. That sounded scary. Says Death House is the movie I was talking about. Yeah, I remember that being mentioned and stuff like that. I don't even remember like seeing a trailer or anything. I remember seeing like a cover art, and I remember thinking the cover art didn't look that great. So I thought it was like really, really low budget. So, and I didn't hear anything about it. So where can I watch that, by the way? I would like to at least try to check it out. Jamie says, I haven't seen Harper's Island. Sounds like something I'd like. You would dig it. It's one of the best whodunit type of movie. If you like the Scream TV series or something like that, it's like that. But honestly, I think Harper's Island is just like, as far as like quality, it's a little bit more up there. You know, like it's really good. I would love to watch Harper's Island on this channel. We might do a watch party. We might have to go episode to episode and watch this. There's other things like me and Marcus. We watched. I brought Mindhunters. You know, it's not like horror, but it does have some horror elements to it. But it's a great whodunit. You know, not the Netflix show Mindhunter, not that one. It's the movie Mindhunters with Val Kilmer, LL Cool J, Christian Slater, among others. Really cool. But Harper's Island is dope as hell. Look, even Marcus says Harper's Island is the shit. Destin's right. Yes, it is. Marcus, we're gonna have to bring some of that to the podcast, right? Our horror hooligans. Yeah, he knows what's up. That's one thing. Me and Marcus, we kind of like think alike about certain movies. Like we get it. We feel what the filmmaker's trying to make. You know, like it's just. Look, there's just some really good movies out there. Woogie woogie woogie, it's electric. You're crazy. Watch Afterlife. Okay, I need to watch it. Is it a whodunit though, or is it got a twist? I do want to watch that movie. Is it on Netflix or Amazon or Paramount Plus or any? Where can I watch it? Aqua Shots in the house. What do you think is going to happen during Scream 7? I think people are gonna die. I think they might get a little bit meaner with it, and I think we're gonna have a lot of like reflections from Scream 3 as far as like filmmaking or somebody shooting a movie or trying to recreate a movie, or even like say they're trying to make like these like true crime documentaries in Woodsboro. Instead of making a Hollywood movie, they're making a true crime documentary and they're doing reenactments or something. You know, it's still like they're doing like filming and stuff, so they could do something like that. And I think the modulator will come back at least once. It's gonna make a presence. It's gonna Ghostface is at least gonna use it once, at least in the opening scene or something. And I do think we're gonna get Sydney back. I really do. At this point, I'm putting it out there. I'm giving it hope. And I'm gonna talk it into existence because I want it to happen. And I do think that we might be saying goodbye to Tara. I think that's going to be one thing that's going to happen, and it's going to make Sam snap, is Tara's going to get killed. Somewhere. I don't think she should get killed at the beginning. I think it should be somewhere in the middle. But if they did have to kill her at the beginning, it could be just like Ghostface saying, I'm here to finish what I started. You know, I was the one that attacked you that night. You know? Or something. And then that be the angle. It's like, I killed her, or I attacked her originally, you know, or something. Kind of like how they did with Maureen Prescott in Scream 3. Scary says, got a double tomorrow, going to bed. Love you, Des, and my Scary fam. See y'all next time. Yeah, you too, brother. Get some rest. Make that money. Marcus, Destination Station. Nah, bro. The other mask is Kirby's, in my opinion. If Charlie and Gio wore the same mask, then that means there would only be 8 masks, leaving the 9th one as an unrevealed killer. Like it. Very detective. Jamie Hart says, bet the wedding will have the electric slide. I'm going to doing the electric slide with a bottle of Moscato. Woogie, woogie, woogie. There you go. Moscato's good. Hell yeah. Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. The electric slide. Destination, bro, we got a lot to talk about. I found more clues that make Kirby look mad sus, even more so in 4. Yeah, dude. Kirby's a killer. Ooh. That's what Ernest used to do in those old Ernest movies. Ooh. Like in Ernest Scared Stupid. I grew up watching those movies. Sorry. Jamie says, there is so much Twin Peaks in Alan Wake. The diner is almost exact. The lamp lady is the stand and log lady. Waitress is Shelley look-alike. The town even looks like Twin Peaks. You know what? I've never watched Twin Peaks. I've ate at the restaurant. Not the same thing? Okay. Anyways, hasn't that show been going on for years? I've just never watched it. When I did, discover it, I was like, oh, this is cool. But it was like I was so behind that I was like, I never decided to just start it because when it gets like that and it's like, oh, I got so much to catch up on. It's like, I get so overwhelmed that I don't even start it. I'm just kind of like, oh, am I ready to go down this rabbit hole, or whatever. And there's just so much content out today. It's like every time you turn around, it's like we're just like oversaturated with streaming services and content and just everything. And even YouTube. I watch more YouTube than I do anything else. But yeah, I definitely have always been interested. Didn't they make a Twin Peaks movie too? Or is that something else? I can't really remember. Michael Joe says Gale needs to be the opening in the next one and die. I agree. Mindhunters is so good. Yes, it is. I love it. It's one of those easy watches. Like it's one of those movies I could watch over and over. It's just a fun time. And I like watching it with other people that hasn't seen it before and just see their expression by the end. And they're just like, oh, they feel the same thing I felt whenever I first watched it. I love that. I love watching. Does anybody else feel like that? Like, is anybody like that? Like, you like to watch the audience's reaction, that you already know what's about to happen and you like to see how people are reacting to it? That's how I feel like if I was like made my films that I would like to make and I was like, you know, at the red carpet premiere or whatever, I'd be sitting in the audience and just being like the director, just like seeing how people feel about it, you know? Like, oh man, I would love to share, like, I would love to experience that. I could die right after that. And I could be just like, unless they hated the movie and they'd be like, that sucked, man. And they were walking out. I'd be like, oh man, gotta make another one. But yeah, that'd be such a great feeling. Afterlife was on Shudder at one point. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check it out. Y'all keep talking about Afterlife. And I remember, did it get a theatrical release? I can't remember. With that cast, it should, you know. I shot him 6 times. Destination Station, bro. I've been binge watching Twin Peaks the last week. So many layers and great storytelling. Okay, cool. Heck yeah. When was the first season aired? How old is it? Jamie says there was 2 seasons in the early 90s. Okay, 2 movies in between, and season 3 in 2017. Were the movies like connected to the show, or were they just like standalones or something? Marcus says, yeah, Mindhunter was Saw before Saw. A great movie for sure. Yeah, it definitely was Saw before Saw. Yeah, before the Jigsaw Killer, there was the Puppeteer, and that was Mindhunters. The owls are not what they seem. I like that. That must be something from Twin Peaks, or maybe that's Alan Wake. I can't remember. Anywho, who? Speaking of an owl, who? Stupid. Shut up, Destin. See, I'm getting delirious over here. We're over 2 hours. We're just having fun. I finally caught up on the chat, though. That was fun, right? It's been a fun Friday night. It's after midnight. Went a little longer than I expected, but you know what? It's been a good time. Time flies when you're having fun. Sleep all day, party all night. It's fun being a vampire. What slogan is that from? What movie? I think it's like on the cover of the movie. Okay, so the movies are connected to the show. Cool. Awesome. Okay, I might give it a shot. Definitely need to check it out. I wonder if there's like any like things that can catch me up to speed. Is the show still going on? Is it like still like a thing? And where can I watch it? Jamie says the movie is a prequel to the show. Okay, the second movie is another movie made from cut footage. Okay, Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me, The Missing Pieces. Okay, interesting. I have to look into these. And Jamie always is right. The Lost Boys. Yep, that's one of my other favorite movies of all time. Scream and The Lost Boys, and Nightmare on Elm Street. I always say that, like, it doesn't have to be Shakespeare. It doesn't have to be Shawshank Redemption. It doesn't. That's one of my favorite movies also. But like the movies that I would say is like my favorite, you know, are movies that I could watch over and over and over because I don't get bored with them and I find value in it every single time I watch it. There's some movies that are absolutely amazing. I might watch it one more time or something like that, but I have the whole entire movie here. It's not something that I want to experience again. The movies that I love the most are the movies that like I could watch over and over and over and I can find value in it over and over and over. Like those movies that like change your mood, you know? Like there's certain mood, like you could be in a sad mood, you could be in an upset mood, angry mood. You pop in the right movie, it changes your mood to something completely different. Anybody else feel that? Or if you're feeling sad, watch a sad movie. Just get it out of you. Just get that cry out of you. Just cry yourself to sleep. You'll feel better. No, the show is over. You have to watch it in a certain order. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, good to know. Good to know. Awesome. Got to check it out. Well, fam, this has been a lot of fun. I hope y'all had fun. Had a great conversation tonight. Talked a little about Scream. Talked about some Twin Peaks. Talked about a lot of whodunits. Kind of all over the place. But hey, I love it. I love it, you know. Maybe we need to you know, I was thinking about like how I've gone over the entire Scream franchise. I was thinking about doing like a watch party and going through the entire Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, just franchise. I want to revisit all of them again. Same thing with Friday the 13th. I don't know which one I want to do first, but I'm leaning more towards a Nightmare on Elm Street at this point. But yeah, that's something that I want to start touching on and just like doing live streams, talking about each film, how I feel about it, how y'all feel about it. What are y'all's favorite Nightmare on Elm Street films? I'm just ready to revisit that entire franchise, you know. And I know there's some stinkers in there, but you know what? There's some, even in some of the stinkers, there's some value there. Okay, and we're gonna talk about the good and the bad and the ugly. So that's the fun thing about horror. Nightmare on Elm Street's watch along, sweet, hell yeah, good. My mood change movie is I don't know, how do you say that? Is that a prescription? Is that something? I think I got some of that medicine in my cabinet. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I ain't even gonna try to attempt that shit. Xanadu? 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 I ain't even heard of that movie. Xanadu. Yeah. We're gonna prescribe you 3 we're gonna I'm gonna shut up. Anyways, I'm being stupid. Oh, it's a musical with Olivia Newton-John. Okay. I've never heard of it. Never. I'm gonna have to look that up for sure. Okay. Rest in peace. For sure. Jamie, Marcus, everybody else. Looks like we got like 9 people in the chat right now watching. Before you head out, you know, I got 19 likes. Smash that like button before you head out. Share this anywhere and everywhere. And thank you for hanging out with me and allowing me to entertain you as you entertain me as I get silly and goofy. So yeah, love you all. Super awesome. Man, I miss these Friday night streams. And Marcus, we gotta talk about our launch date, man. We gotta lock it down and get that thing launched. Our new podcast, Horror Hooligans. All right. The music is so good. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Twin Peaks watch party. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. You could add me to some of those. Let me check them out. Maybe I can check them out on y'all's channel first. So yeah, awesome. Yeah, Jamie, have a good night. Marcus, have a good night. Everybody in the chat, have a good night. Thank you for coming by and keeping my Friday night lively and making me happy. Love you all. I'll see y'all later. And also go check out the video I posted earlier today, if you haven't already, of my dream casting of Freddy Krueger and using AI art to create actors in the Freddy Krueger makeup. That's pretty interesting. I even put like Kevin Bacon as Freddy Krueger. Like I had AI create that and just come up to see what that would look like. You know, what does AI think that would look like? Among other actors. So yeah, go check that out. I enjoyed making that video. Anyways, love y'all. See y'all later. Might do another stream tomorrow night, so be looking out for that. I will put a something out tomorrow morning if I am going to do that tomorrow night. But yeah, I had a lot of fun tonight. Y'all have a good night. Get some rest. And I'll see you later. Or I'll see you on another time. Or I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
I didn't mean to click it twice. My bad. All right. Peace out.